So in studying the hero's journey, one thing that seems pretty clear is that the hero at the end becomes enlightened right around the time of the death. Something is tied with darkness and death and final enlightenment. Carl Jung says one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. That's been a quote that's meant a lot to me over the years, and I've found it to be very true. The end of the Matrix movie is just a perfect example of this hero's journey where Neo is running from his problems, going through the hallways, trying to find that magic phone to grab and call his friends to rescue him, right? It's like, that's how I've gotten through my problems in life before. I'm up against the agents. I can't beat agents. Nobody can beat agents. Every time I'm up against this problem, I run, I wiggle out of it, I call somebody else, and I somehow, barely by the skin of my pants, get out of it. Until one day, randomly, for no reason, your luck runs out. You open up the door, and there is your worst fear standing right there. And before you can realize what's happening, boom, you're dead. All of a sudden, you can't go anymore. The worst of the worst of the worst problem that you feared so much has now actually happened in real life. And now you can't run from your fears anymore because your fears have caught you. You're dead. It's over. And at that point in time, there's a choice. And you can look at your parents and your grandparents and your neighbors and your older brother and older sister, like so many people in life, when they have these super tragic events happen to them, they get knocked down, they die, and they just stay down. Because why? Why get up? Why fight it? You've lost. You can't beat it. Just live out the rest of your life like a townsfolk. You tried, you were young, you had a good run, but you got your ass kicked. You lost. Just stay down. So why? Why do some get up? The hero has got a reason and a purpose. They have to get up. They can't lay down and die. Trinity is counting on him. Morpheus is counting on him. The human race is counting on him. He has large reasons that are beyond his comfort that he has to get up. The hero is realizing there's a more powerful force in the universe than just my greatest fears and death. And out of love and out of servanthood, the hero gets up. And in this process of, wait, I already lost, and I have a more powerful force, the hero starts to kind of see, wait a minute, this is a game. I've been running from these fears my whole life, and what am I running from? Now that I finally am facing my fears the hard way, is this really that bad? Is this really unbeatable? This principle is as simple as like literally beating a video game. Think about how scared you are as a kid when you're going up against a brand new video game that all your friends are good at. You're like, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to beat this? And that feeling of anxiety of I suck and I'm not good enough. And then over time, you're just like, wait a minute, I can do this. I can beat this. And then it's like, yeah, this is easy. The agents fire the same old bullshit at Neo again and go, okay, here's the game we all play. I raise my little gun and I point it at you and you get scared and run and cry. And one of my favorite parts of this entire movie is that one word where Neo just goes, no. No more being afraid of chaos, no more being afraid of control, or people are out to get me. This huge problem that I have that I've been running for my whole life, I'm dead, I'm done, I'm sick of it. And the little subtleties are great where Neo like actually takes a couple seconds to stop and looks at the bullet, almost as if like, this is what my fear has been? This is what I've been running from? This little stupid thing? All of these little problems that were such big scary monsters now all seem so solvable. He can now see the world for what it really is, which it's just a game. It's a bunch of zeros and ones. If you over-control your life, you're going to have chaos. If you're way too selfish, people aren't going to like you. If you have massive insecurity issues, you're going to be low confident. These horrible, devastating problems all of a sudden become just problems. And problems have solutions. And what is now the new solution that Neo realizes that he has? Well, Agent Smith gives him that scary face like, I'm going to get you. But Agent Smith only has the same old bag of tricks that he's always had, which are now useless. That's what's so great about problems is they're like viruses or bacteria. They're very two-dimensional. They come at you with everything they got, and that's all they got. All they can do is scare you and make you feel worthless and freaked out, and you suck and you're the worst, and that's it. They don't have like a second or third move behind that. If you can beat that first brunt of scary attack with your fears, there's nothing else behind it. A good illustration of this is with Neo playing Kung Fu with Agent Smith one more time. As if like, wow, this used to be so hard for me to play a punching match with this guy, and now I can do it with one hand. These massive fears that I've had in life for so many years, now that I'm finally starting to overcome them, they're so easy. Neo gets done playing games with Smith, kicks him across the hallway, and then does something that he's never done before. Stares down the problem. Dials in at Agent Smith. Smith, for the first time, has fear in his eyes. Wouldn't that be a great place to be in life, where your fears and your problems fear you when they see you coming? Neo no longer runs from the problem, but he runs at the problem and attacks the problem at the core and annihilates it. takes out one problem and gets confidence the other two problems standing in the room go, oh, wait a minute, we're next. If that guy can beat this, then he can beat us. And once the hero realizes that it's just a game, that I can beat these fears, I can beat these problems, and it's sure as hell not done by running from them. Once the hero reaches that point of enlightenment, you cannot not know that. You can't go back to being scared of the boogeyman or Santa Claus once you realize that they're not real. It's just getting to that point to where you finally realize that your fears are beatable and they're just another problem. As overwhelming as they are and scary as they are and spooky as they are, there are people out there that have gone through exactly what you're going through and even worse. And some of them, not many, some of them have actually overcome it and got through it. How? What the hell did they do? That's what this hero's journey is about. Somehow they've connected in their wiring. Wait a minute, this is an area of growth. I can angle these little things. I can actually beat this and get to the other side. Yes, it feels impossible, but those that do it then transform and have gotten onto the other side.